Good evening and welcome to EastCast for April 10th, 1991. I'm Corey Ringer with co-anchor Christina Puglisi. Tonight's top stories are cum laude inductions, the faculty show, and Cherry Hill's heroes. Elaine Cruz reports that congratulations are due to the chess team who won the New Jersey chess competition for the 6th year in a row. The team, which was ranked the 3rd in the nation last year, is stronger this year and especially did well walking away from the tournament with 21 trophies. Louis Einstein, a junior, placed first in the competition with the senior Hong Lee placing second. Seniors James Chappell and Jason Rubin, along with junior John Lee, all tied for 3rd place. The junior varsity team dominated their division as well. Sophomores Eric D. Prince, Jeff Dato, and senior Kino placed first. Sophomore Rick Hong tied for 4th place, and sophomore Steve Turner and junior To No tied for 10th place. On May 2nd, East Chess Team will be going to Atlanta to compete in the National High School Chess Championship, the tournament which consists of over 200 high school teams from over 40 of the states. Good luck to the team. Last Wednesday, April 3rd, the cum laude induction ceremony took place. At this ceremony, the top 5% of the junior class were honored as the 1991 cum laude members designate. This means that if the students maintain their level of academic excellence, they will be inducted into the cum laude their senior year. Mr. Craig Burgess was inducted as this year's faculty member of cum laude. Mrs. Nancy Kelleher, the president of Home and School Association, was inducted as this year's honorary member. At the ceremony, Blake Lott, the president of cum laude, delivered a lively speech, speaking metaphorically of a beacon leading man through the darkness. Mr. Thomas Dunphy, the father of senior cum laude member Jennifer Dunphy, was this year's guest speaker. Mr. Dunphy spoke about ethics and encouraged students to approach life with honesty and integrity. This memorable night was complete by music played by Chamber Wind Ensemble. Congratulations to Mr. Burgess, Mrs. Kelleher, and the 30 cum laude members designate of 1991. Thanks to the advisor, Dr. Ann Eck, and the officers, Blake Lott, Ryan Madnick, and Daniel Lynn, for all their hard work during the year. Remember, if you need tutoring, the Cum Laude Society members provide free tutoring for all subjects. See Dr. Eck or an officer for a request form.
This Friday, the 3rd marking period ends. Report cards will be coming out on April 23rd, so now's a good time to make up that test or hand in that overdue homework. And remember, the end of the 3rd marking period means that the year is 3/4 of the way over. This Saturday, April 13th, the junior prom will take place in the Phoenix Room at the Garden State Racetrack. This year's theme is For Just a Moment. Thanks to chairpeople Karen Stanford, Carrie Sendro, Mark Grossman, Ed Hill, Jen Walden, and Virginia Altamirano, and advisor Mr. Anthony Malatesta. A buffet will be served at the prom while the juniors dance the night away. Cable 18 would like to remind the juniors and their dates to be responsible and not to drink and drive or get into a car with a drunk driver. Make sure you watch EastCast next week for an overview of the prom. The Philadelphia Eagles will be having a basketball game against the faculty as a fundraiser for the yearbook next Wednesday. After the game, the Eagles will be signing autographs. Eagles team members who will participate include Andre Walters, Terry Hogue, Jesse Small, Reggie Singletary, Mike Bellamy, Kevin Williams, William Frizzle, Wes Hopkins, Britt Hager, Mike Gorelick, Ben Smith, and Fred Barnett. Faculty members who will participate include Mr. Belchikoff, Mr. Malatesta, Mr. Wood, Mr. Steele, Mr. Neck, Dr. Dwyer, Mr. Troutman, Mr. Fleming, Mr. Haynes, Mr. Boyle, Mr. Adelizi, and Coach Sheldon Zeff. The female team includes Mrs. Fortune, Dr. Solomon, Miss Schuster, Miss Beck, Miss Peterson, Mrs. Litt, Mrs. Cole, Mrs. Larson, and Mrs. Tiefenthaler. More will be joining the teams, so come out and give your support for this fundraiser and have fun. Demogorgon is a student-published, student-written literary magazine. Last year's issue received 3 awards. Ryan Wilson has an interview with Mr. Lavoie, the club's advisor, about their most recent honor.
Mr. Lavoie, can you tell me what this award means to you and the members of Demogorgon?
Well, I had no idea of the existence of this award before it came tumbling out of the mailbox at me last Monday afternoon. And when I read the literature that came along with it for this issue of Demogorgon from 1990, it became evident that this was something really, really special on the part of Columbia Scholastic Press. And two facts make that evident. First of all, there are something like 3,500 submissions of literary and fine arts magazines from all over the world, really, to Columbia every year. 17 of those magazines were chosen as either Gold Crown or Silver Crown winners. This was the only publication of any kind in the state of New Jersey, newspaper, yearbook, magazine, to achieve this honor from Columbia. It's an astonishing award.
What advice can you give interested people out there who are thinking about joining?
Two things. First of all, learn standards of judgment. Learn what a good piece of fine art is. Learn what a good piece of literature is. There's something else significant about this award, though. I don't believe this standard of excellence could ever have been gotten to by Demogorgon were it not for the special electives we have here at Cherry Hill East in art and in English. Those courses make it possible for kids to acquire the extra dimension in critical judgment and writing and fine art skills that put together a beautiful publication like this. There's nothing else like it.
Thank you, Mr. Lavoie. This has been Ryan Wolfson for EastCast.
Next Thursday, April 18th, will be the first Orchesis Jazz concert at East. The jazz band will play a variety of songs for the audience delight. The two songs, Birdland and Joyous Spring, will feature the Orchesis Dance Club performing along with the jazz band. This promises to be an exciting event, so make sure you don't miss it. Earth Day, the day set aside to honor the Earth, is coming up on this April 22nd. On April 27th, however, there will be some exhibits at Heritage Junior High on Browning Lane. Join the Friends of the Environment and advisor Mrs. Beth Mancini between 2 and 5 on Saturday, April 27th, to heighten your environmental awareness and make sure a commitment to saving your Earth. For the past 5 years at East, SGA has been putting on a lip sync competition. A lip sync contest is when music is heard and the lyrics included, and the performers move their lips on stage with the music. Eric Salzman has an interview with Vice President of Activities, Trissa Rolosa.
Who are the chair people for the lip sync?
Well, we have two juniors, Jessica Wise and Brad Feldman, and one senior, Sean Moen.
And what kind of acts are these people looking for?
Well, they wanted to be creative, and they also wanted to be funny.
When can people expect to go see the lip sync?
Lip sync is April 19th at 7:30.
This has been Eric Salzman with Tricia Rolosa for EastCast.
The Performing and Visual Arts Society will be holding inductions for new members on April 25th. In order to become a member of PAVAS, you must be a senior and must have participated in a performing or visual art throughout your years in high school. You are then nominated, and if you are accepted, you attend a very unusual induction ceremony. All of the inductees are wearing masks. They show how different individuals look at art. The masks also show how everybody is an individual. The PAVAS Festival, a showcase of the arts, will be celebrated all day on Friday, May 17th at East. Last year, students got to laugh at and applaud their teachers on stage when they performed the first ever faculty show at Cherry Hill East, Little Shop of Horrors. This year, the faculty show is back in the form of a review called the Faculty Follies Review. The show, which will take place as a culmination of PAVAS on May 17th, is tentatively scheduled to present scenes and songs from many Broadway musicals, including Guys and Dolls, Les Miserables, Phantom of the Opera, and Grease. Anyone who saw the faculty show last year knows that this one will be a fun-filled evening for all, so don't miss the Faculty Follies Review on Friday, May 17th. Each year, the Model UN Club and advisor, Dr. Leslie Solomon, organize a local Model UN competition. Schools that participate come from as far east in New Jersey as the shore. This year's competition will take place at East on April 26th. The competitors are broken up into groups who discuss world issues like poverty and economics. This year's meeting will focus on the war in the Gulf.
On April 30th, May 2nd, and May 1st, East will hold its second blood drive for the year. In order to give blood, you must be 17. If you want to assist in the blood drive, pick up a form from Mr. Belchkoff and return it to him by Monday, April 15th. And now over to Glenn Furman with the sports for this week.
Thanks, Corey. The first week of spring sports was a busy one for East. The number 1 ranked baseball team in South Jersey started off its season with a 7-3 win over visiting Paul VI. Mitch Torrin got the win as Kevin Foley went 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs to help the Cougars last Tuesday. On Thursday, East played host to Camden and posted a 15-3 win. Barry Torrin won the game, and Foley again went 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs to pace the Cougars' 16-hit attack. East ran its record to 3-0 on Saturday with a 7-3 victory against a tough Overbrook team. Foley again led the Cougars with 4 of the 10 hits East collected. Mark Kroliak earned the victory. Kevin, who has been unable to pitch due to an arm injury, has gone 10 for 10 and has played decently at second base. The boys' tennis team also played well in their opening match against Paul VI. After losing 2 of the best players in South Jersey, in Jason Lichterman and Larry Meltzer, the average person would think the team would be rebuilding. Just like Oklahoma basketball coach Billy Tubbs, East coach Ralph Ipri doesn't rebuild, he reloads. Steve Gola, possibly the best player in South Jersey, will take over the number 1 singles spot. This is Gola's 4th year as a varsity team member. He won what could have been his toughest match of the year, 6-3, 6-1. Sophomore Stephen Levy, who was hurt last year, is the new second singles man. He won his match 6-0, 6-2. He and freshman 3rd singles player Jared Morris are both nationally ranked players. Morris won his match 6-0, 6-0. The doubles team of David Kurzweil and Anurag Mehta won easily 6-2, 6-1, and the other doubles team of sophomores Jay Barjois and Alok Mehta won 6-1, 6-2. They also defeated Overbrook 5-0 in matches held on Saturday. The men's track team didn't fare too well last week. They lost to Paul VI 94-36 last Tuesday. Thursday against Camden was a little closer as they lost 67-60. Bruce Weller won the shot put with a distance of 41 feet 3 inches. The girls softball team started the season with a 6-0 loss to Paul VI. The Cougars rebounded with a 25-4 win over Camden. Jen Probst, who lost against Paul VI, raised the record to 1-1 with the victory. Leo Del Rosario had 3 hits and 4 runs. The girls lacrosse team began its 2-0 week with a 7-5 win over Rancocas Valley. Liz Owens and Beth Graybill both scored 2 goals. Thursday, the Cougars defeated Morristown Friends 10-3. Tara Owens and Lisa Zazu each had 3 goals apiece, and Beth Graybill added 2. And that's the sports. And now back to Christina.
Last Sunday, Cherry Hill saluted our heroes and all the heroes of the war in the Persian Gulf. Many of East's students participated in the ceremony and parade. The East Marching Band marched down Chapel Avenue. Then, at the ceremony, the flag was raised while Jennifer Macris, a senior at East, sang the national anthem. Then at 3 o'clock, the Bells of East played a fanfare in unison with bells throughout the country to mark the end of the war in the Persian Gulf. After that, the bells brought the house down as they sang Let There Be Peace on Earth. Composer Julie Gold sang her Grammy Award-winning song From a Distance. Jeffrey Zahn, the Cherry Hill native POW, spoke about liberty and courage. Other speakers included the mayor, a number of returning Cherry Hill service people, and other political leaders. The day showed how much we care about our troops. Thank you and welcome home. In alumni news, greetings from graduate Lou Portella, who called us from Singapore. He is in the Navy, stationed on the USS Texas, and looks forward to visiting in August or September. Congratulations to graduate Liz All. She has been selected as one of 10 in the nation to participate in the Bucknell Seminar for Younger Poets this summer. Liz will spend the month of June working in intensive sessions with noted writers such as Pulitzer Prize-winning poet Lewis Simpson. Liz All and Lou Portella were both valued Cable 18 anchors. And that's all for this Wednesday, April 10th edition of EastCast. Special thanks go to our advisor, Miss Peggy Beck, our cameraman and editor, Mr. Gordon Hansen, and our student cameraman, Tracy Slobotkin. Stay tuned for the East-West girls softball game following the junior high school news. Tonight, we leave you with Ophelia, who loved the summery weekend. Good night, Ophelia.
evening, and welcome to the West Report. I'm Brandy Jericho.
And I'm Nan Lightstone. This week's top story is, of course, the Welcome Home Heroes Parade. People swarmed the streets, sirens filled the air, and helicopters loomed overhead. It was April 7th, 1 p.m., and the parade honoring the return of our nation's troop was beginning. The parade started on Mercer Street, went down Chapel Avenue, and turned on Marlborough Avenue in order to arrive at West Baseball Field. The mummers, marching bands, cheerleaders, and even the elementary schools participated in the program. Honored guests included World War II and Vietnam veterans, those who had just served in the Gulf and, like Jeffrey Zahn, had recently returned home, and Mayor Susan Bass-Levin. As the parade passed by, thousands and thousands of spectators tried to catch a glimpse of every feature: the Army tanks, the parachutes, and even the performing acts. At 3 o'clock, the ceremony began. From the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner to the closing song, God Bless the USA, people of all ages were enthused as they watched and listened to the speeches. Along with 3 other servicemen and our mayor, Lieutenant Airman Jeffrey Zahn recited a short but moving speech. Although the festivities of the day soon ended, the memory of the unity of the Cherokee community and the patriotism shown by the parade will live forever in the minds of the thousands of participants and spectators who helped make the parade a huge success.
Music is just one way to celebrate victories, and this was the case as music highlighted the Salute to Cherry Hills Heroes Parade on Sunday. In addition to the 19th U.S. Army Band, which played several patriotic melodies, the musical talents of both East and West students accompanied them. The Bells of East performance coincided with the ringing of the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. Jennifer Maycris, a student from East, who sang the national anthem. After a musical tribute by Julie Gold, who wrote and sang From a Distance, the finale was given by West Choir and accompanied their song, God Bless America, with sign language for the hearing impaired. In addition, West Marching Band played on the parade route. Congratulations to all those students whose talent, patriotism, and professionalism highlighted the event.
By the way, Cable 18 and Garden State Cable have been swamped with phone calls requesting a rebroadcast of Cable 18's live coverage of the parade. The commentary on the parade was done by Erica Collins, a sophomore here at West, and Mark Shankin, a senior at Cherry East. While plans are not definite, Garden State Cable will probably schedule the rebroadcast on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon in the next 2 weeks. Cable 18 has tentative plans to rebroadcast all the festivities on July 3rd.
And here's Jeff Gannon with this week's sports.
The Cherry Hill West varsity baseball team finished its first week of the season 2-0 behind the strong pitching of Bo Gray and Nate Schooley. In the first game of the year, Schooley pitched a strong game as West beat Triton 12-2. Ron Sackey added a double as West eased its way to victory. In the second game, Bo Gray struck out 9 and walked none as West breezed past Washington Township 6-1. Catcher Dan Farling added 2 hits and an RBI, and Nate Schooley went 2 for 4 as West finished out the week 2-0. On Monday, West took on Paula 6th and defeated them 4-1 behind the powerful pitching of Chris Querns, who let up 2 hits. Ron Zahacki had a triple for West as he went 3-0 on the season. Both Querns and Gray pitched on the 1989 15-year-old Babe Ruth championship team. Cherry West boys track team pulled out a win over Washington Township 73-57. First places for West were by Garrett Brown in the 100-meter, 200-meter, 400-meter, and long jump, Bill Addison in high hurdles and intermediate hurdles, Charles Brown in shot put and discus, Kira Shosted in 800 meters, Chad Hayes in the 2-mile, and Nate Carlton in javelin. Kira Shosted, Kyle Young, Brian Chi-Young, and Bill Addison pulled out a win for the relay team. Garrett Brown improved in all of his events, as did Nate Carlton, Bill Addison, and Kira Shosted. Good luck to the team in its next match. The girls' track team is already 1-1 this year. Coach Britton expects junior Eliza Perez, who runs the 100-meter and 200-meter dashes, along with Kim Kate, a 2-miler, and Karen Lane, who runs the 100 and 400-meter hurdles, to perform well this season. Coach Britton sees this year's team as the best in recent years. The girls' varsity lacrosse began its season last week with a 23 romp over Pennsauken. Sarah Fox scored 4 goals, and Cam Wood led the team to victory. However, in the second game of the season, West was ousted by a well-trained Morristown team, 23-3. After winning the Mohawk Division last season, the girls entered the season in the Sioux Division. And that's it for the week in sports.
And now, here's Ben Ostroff with this week's sophomore news.
Hello, I'm Ben Ostroff. Welcome to the return of Sophomore News, the complement of the West Report created especially for the class of 1993. We've been off the air for a while due to the fact that not much was happening within the class. But now we're back with much information to relay to you. First off, for those West students who filled out computer date questionnaires, the compatibility results are due to go on sale Friday. For $1, you can see who you are compatible with in your grade, and for another $1, you can see who you are compatible with in the entire school. The class government would like to thank Wes Tudor, Sarah Capist, and Josh Finelli and Ben Ostroff for their help with the computer dating. In other news, the next How Many Raisins Are in a Dollar is due to go out soon. Production has been delayed due to the fact that the copy machine was broken. But look to see your copy, hopefully by the end of the week. Class government would like to thank David Zuzga, Eric Shaw, Michelle Majikis, and Ben Ostroff for their help with this current newspaper. Lastly, the prom committee has officially announced that our junior prom will be held Saturday, May 9th, 1992 at the Cherry Hill Inn. The following year, we will travel to the mansion for our senior prom, set to be Sunday, May 30th, 1993. So mark it on your calendars now. The class government would like to thank prom committee chairpersons Christy Church and Adrian Thorpe for all their help. That's all this week for Sophomore News. Now, back to the West Report.
SAD, Students Against Drunk Driving, is buzzing with activity. April is SAD month here at West, and so far students signed contracts and pledged not to drive drunk. To get the student body's attention, statistics and reminders are heard about drunk driving every morning. SAD has more activity scheduled for the month, including a junior mini meeting next week. So keep your eyes open for the dead people, and SAD reminds you, don't drive drunk.
Stay tuned for the junior school news, followed by East and West softball game taped earlier today. Good night.
Good night.
Hello, this is Jane Rosenberg reporting for Carusi News. Because of Spirit Week and our early morning tests, Carusi News has been off the air for 2 weeks. The Carusi News staff would like to welcome our viewers back with tonight's show, which will feature highlights from Spirit Week. Also, Miraj Mohideen will have a special announcement at the end of our show that everyone will find exciting. But first, here's Mandy Lipsman with some information about our Spirit Week dance.
Carusi Spirit Week dance was a huge success. Everyone danced to the music of the Party Dolls, Carusi's first live group at a dance in a long time. A lot of kids dressed up in 50s and 60s attire. 4 lip-sync groups performed, and the teachers did an encore lip-sync performance. Both 7th and 8th grade had a good turnout. It was a great ending for a great week. Now back to Jane.
I will now turn you over to Jennifer Jennings with a word about our Spirit Week gym activities.
On Tuesday, RC members met for the annual RC car race. This action-packed race was filled with thrills and chills of victory or defeat. At the end, Corey Blake of the 8th grade pulled ahead and won. On Wednesday, March 6th, Carusi students piled into the gym for the assembly with activities including tug of war, Spirit Week shuttle, lip sync, beat the clock, hot shot, volleyball, and teachers beat the clock. The 7th grade got off to a great start by winning both girls and boys tug of war. The hot shot contest was next, and the 7th and 8th grade tied in this event. We also tied in the Spirit Week shuttle. The 8th grade teachers won an exciting beat the clock contest by 1 second, while we tied in the remaining events, which were the lip sync, volleyball, and students beat the clock. 7th grade was awarded the Sportsmanship Award. In the end, the 7th grade won Gym Day.
Thanks, Jen. And now a few words about Spirit Week. Spirit Week 1991 was definitely a blast. Ask anyone, Spirit Week was a tremendous success. With a variety of exciting and original activities, most of the events that took place were traditional, such as our cake decorating contest. About 30 to 40 students baked some great cakes. Colorful and delicious, the cakes were a complete success. Touch of Class Day was a special day when nearly the entire school dressed in their fancy attire.
Monday being sweatshirt day and Thursday as dress-up day went just as well. Wednesday afternoon, the entire 7th and 8th grades squeezed into the gym, anticipating the events to come. The various events were completed, and 8th grade was still ahead by a little bit. When Friday opened up with Carusi's first student breakfast, which consisted of orange juice and hot bagels, dress-up day was well underway. Students in dress, ranging anywhere from poodle skirts to hippie-ish tie-dye, flooded the halls. After the best dress contest drew to an end, all of the contestants who represented the best dressed of their homeroom had their picture taken in a group shot outside next to a 57 Chevy. And now, a very special announcement from Sarah Henderson.
Carusi is participating in a special program to support Nathan Watson, a sophomore at Cherry Hill West who is fighting a battle against cancer. Because of the great medical expenses, Carusi students and faculty are making food and financial donations to his family. In order to raise money, a skating party will be held at Cherry Hill Skating Rink next week on Tuesday, March 26th and Thursday, March 28th from 9:30 a.m. until midnight. All the money raised at Skate for Nate will be donated to his family. We hope to see you there.
And finally, here's Miraj Mohudeen with some last words.
April 22nd, we'll be holding the 5th Annual Student Appreciation Night. All students who buy the tickets ahead of time will be eligible to win a door prize. In order for this to be a terrific success, we need many donated prizes, because the more prizes we have, the more awards we can give away. These prizes need not be expensive. Please send your wrapped gifts labeled boy, girl, or unisex to the Student Activities Office. If you would like to send in a door prize, or if you need additional information, you can call Judy Grazer. Her phone number is 429-3329. Or you can call Peg Riley, whose number is 795-1976. And with your help, we are looking to a very successful evening. That's our show for this week. Next week we'll be off, but you can tune in on April 3rd for our next show. Thank you.